there, YouTubies. Welcome back to another Momojo Let's Play. So, this time I'm going to do I'm actually going to do a request. Yeah, I was requested to play Pitfall. So, yeah, I'm going to play Pitfall on the Atari 2600. But not just one Pitfall. I'm going to play 3 Pitfalls. Yeah, 2 of them are for the 2600, and the other one is for the Nintendo. Yeah. And, so, you know, a little background on this. The original Pitfall game was developed back in the early 80s by a guy who basically, just kind of created it, in about 10 minutes. I mean, at least the concept for it. I mean, it took about probably 1,000 hours worth of programming time. I'm almost certain of that. But yeah, I mean, he just basically, drew a line on a sheet of paper and then put a little stick figure and then drew some trees and like a little pit and like a vine and then boom, there you had you. Yeah, Pitfall Harry. And, the game was so popular that, I mean, even celebrities endorsed it. Like Jack Black.
Just last night, I was lost in the jungle with Pitfall Harry, surrounded by giant scorpions and man-eating crocodiles. I mean,
okay, yeah, I mean, after all, Jack Black was like a 9-year-old back then, but I mean, it was still Jack Black. Yeah, amazing, right? But, yeah, I mean, it was a really popular game. And the funny thing is, on the sequel, it had even better graphics. I mean, for the Atari. But, I mean, in order to overcome the limitations of the Atari 2600, the game developer actually created his own game cartridge. Yeah, the original cartridge only had like 1 chip, and this one had 2. Really? And, he was hoping to be able to market it to other other game developers in order to, keep the system alive. Unfortunately, then you had the game crash of the 80s, and then Atari went kind of kaput. And then after that, the big monster came out of Nintendo. So, yeah, let's get going. This is gonna be fun. Okay, buddy, so it is time to take a little stroll through Nostalgia Town. So let's get going. Yeah, this game is very near to my heart. I have not played this game in a very long time, not since I was basically a little ball of lint. Yeah, but my memories of playing it, were very fond. I mean, I would have to say this was kind of the grandfather of the action platformer. I will not say it was the father of the platformer, but it was definitely because I think Donkey Kong holds the record for being like the first platformer, I think. But I mean, this game was definitely an action platformer, as I would say, because I mean, you had different areas to go through. I mean, you had a general purpose, other than just solving basically a platformer puzzle. This was, more about, trying to avoid obstacles and, trying to find the treasures. And I mean, in a way, it's kind of like the first sandbox. Ugh. Man, I used to be really good at being able to jump over those scorpions. But, I mean... What the... I forgot about those walls! Man! Oh, man, I have really got to blow off these cobwebs. If I plan on getting any further in this game, not losing my mind. But, I mean, yeah, this game was, son of a gun. This game, like I said, was definitely ahead of its time. I mean, as you probably already... Son of a gun. I knew it was too good to be true. I should have known there was a trap there. Man, gotta really blow off this dust. Okay, let's go ahead and reset it here. And, let's try to do better next time. But, I mean, this game, like I said, this game, I think, like I said before, this game sold like 4 million copies. I mean, it was like #1 for over a year. So I mean, this game is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, even though the graphics have dated, I mean, what do you expect? This was the budding edge of technology back in the beginning of the video game days. Oh, holy cow! That would have almost got me killed. Okay, so man. Trying to avoid... I mean, I know those logs don't kill you. I mean, that's a really good thing. But, trying to avoid them sometimes makes it difficult to jump properly, and hit your mark. And getting that timing down is kind of challenging. Okay, now we remember, but and of course, not a lot of people know that that tunnel below you. Well, some people just kind of assume that it's just there as a How did that happen? I know I let go. I know I timed that right. Dang janky controllers. I mean, again, I have to admit, I am thankful that I am not trying to play this game, using an original Atari controller, because I mean, to me that was like trying to, to me that was trying to play, that was trying to do robotic heart surgery, using a sexual implement that I will not, mention. I've got to concentrate here. Jump. Ah! Man, the controls are even using a regular controller. This is all slippery. Man, but I mean, and I do have to say, hats off and kudos to those of you who could figure out, how to play this game really well using the original Atari controller, because to me that was practically impossible. But yeah, of course, I digress. The tunnels, the tunnels. Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people didn't. I don't think a lot of people knew about this game. The tunnels were not just just an alternate route. No, I mean they were meant as a skip. Yeah, they were meant as a skip because you had to find I think 32 treasures. I think 32. I can't remember, but it was 32 treasures in 20 minutes. Okay, and if you noticed, I have only found 1 bar of gold. In all that time, I've only found one thing. So these tunnels were meant to allow you to skip 3 or 4 frames, I think. Ugh. But I mean, they were always plagued with these scorpions, and you never knew if this was going to lead you to another exit, which would have been the right tunnel to take, or if you're going to run into one of those walls like you see down there below. So but I mean, you had to know the combination of above ground routes and which tunnels to take, and when to take them. But in order to find all the treasures, and and I will tell you right now, folks, I am not going to try to find all the treasures today here. There's no way in heck I'm gonna even try to attempt that. I am no way that good. And I even watched someone do a long play of this game to see what it took to be able to do that, and it really took him almost a full 20 minutes to do that. I mean, it was insane. That was the long play. I'm sure there's a glitchy play somewhere in there that you can try and play the game, and maybe be able to glitch your way through. But I was just trying to move to the edge. Why didn't you stop? Ugh. Again, janky controls, janky. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this game is by far not easy. Even for those of you who are, who think you're experts, at the at the PlayStation 4 games and whatnot, I dare you play this game. I dare you. I double dog dare you. You are not going to be half as good as you think you are. Because the pioneers who played this game, beat this game, it's hats off to them. They have my respect. I knew I did not have enough time. I should have known that. Ugh. But this game, it hasn't aged well. But I mean, this was the pioneer days of video games. I mean, back then, this was coming right off of games like Pong. You had games like Pong, or you had the arcade, or you had ColecoVision, which was basically Pong for the home. And yeah. I mean, this was pre-Nintendo, guys. Yeah, this was pre-Nintendo. This was before people really knew what you could get out of a 8K cartridge. So but I mean, I have to give power to these guys. I mean, this took moxie, because most of these guys were making their games in their own garage. I mean, that was their studio. Was in a garage. Seriously. And you know, and you bought your components and your computers and your books and a lot of stuff. You know, you got them, and you didn't have the internet. You didn't get them on the internet. You went to Radio Shack. Man, that's Radio Shack. Yeah, I miss Radio Shack.
Radio Shack store-wide manager's red tag sale is on now. We've slashed prices 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. Look for the big red tag.
You know, rip to Radio Shack, because I mean that's where all the tech nerds went to collect their stuff, and that's where, you know, Bill Gates went to go. Well, that's where Bill Gates and Steve Jobs went to go collect their nerds. So you know, win-win. Well, I mean, not for anyone who worked for, you know, Steve Jobs, but still. I mean, honestly though, I mean, you know, I'm feeling the appeal. I mean, it is redundant. Don't get me wrong. It is really redundant, and there's only so much the imagination can really, you know, do for you, you know, when playing this game. But no, it's not a bad thing. I mean, really it isn't. It's not that bad. And it does have me looking forward to seeing what Pitfall 2 looks like. I mean, back in the day, like I said, if you look up Atari and you know, honestly try to see some of the games that they had for it, like Quest. Yeah, like Quest. That game was, one, really hard, and two, it was basically made up of just, you know, a stick. Or it was meant to be a sword, and then like a square, and you were moving around basically this chasm that was drowned out by other squares. You know, is basically surrounded by other squares and whatnot. I mean, games back in that day were blocky, and I mean, it took a lot of imagination to figure it out. This, at least you didn't have to have so much imagination to figure this out. I mean, back in the day, even Pac-Man. Even Pac-Man took some serious imagination to even imagine that you were playing as Pac-Man, okay? So, you know, kudos to the dude that made this game, seriously. Son of a gun, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. But, you know, I mean, this gave rise and imagination to those who eventually went to make Nintendo and Sega and, you know, and then eventually PlayStation and Xbox, which, you know, Bill Gates eventually, kind of paved the way for that, or at least, you know, his company did. But, yeah, and then, you know, and your iPhones, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, guys, this is nothing to sneeze at. This is history. Enjoy. Yeah. Man, like I said, I hate the timing of these logs. There is no good timing when it comes to these logs. Yeah. Son of a gun. And I do apologize for the silence, but at this point, I'm kind of running out of things to say. I mean, yeah, oh cool, another treasure, alright. In death. You know, alright guys, well, you know, we're just gonna move on to the next one. So here we go, Pitfall 2. Okay, so, you know, time for round 2. You know, and it's, to be more specific, for part 2 of Pitfall. Yeah, I mean, this was developed basically by the same guy. And published by Activision for the Atari 2600, which is kind of surprising. I mean, look at the graphics. It even has music. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, the graphics, you know, are still kind of dated. But, I mean, compared to the original Pitfall, this is pretty impressive. I mean, there's depth. Actual depth to the graphics and the color here. What the? I want to see that dude with the fluttery arms. Okay, well, so apparently we are not allowed. The mouse has said no. Must be Mickey's cousin. So, apparently there's a swimming part to this game, which is pretty cool. I mean, the swimming element to it's, pretty smooth, to be honest. I'm not really having too much trouble controlling them. And the fact that I can go down, that's really cool. I mean, that's another cool part. All right. Yeah, this music's kind of interesting. I mean, it's every once in a while it's basically kind of like throttles down, like like it was composed by John Williams on Valium. But whenever you get those gold bars, it really gives you a pick me up. Yeah, no, this game, honestly, I can tell you right now, the music is gonna get old fast. What the heck? What's happening? Where am I going? What are you doing? You're taking me all the way back to the beginning. Oh my god, does this mean every time I'm gonna die, I'm gonna have to go all the way back to the very beginning? Oh, this is gonna get really redundant. Yeah, folks, I'm gonna have to go ahead and turn down the music on this one. Because that is gonna get really annoying really fast. But, I mean, I already apologize ahead of time, guys, because unfortunately, in order to turn down this music, I am forced to have to also get rid of the sound effects, so I apologize. But how the heck am I supposed to get past that buzzard? I mean, it's either way, it's death. So I either get killed by a buzzard, or I get killed by a scorpion. Where am I supposed to go? I can only imagine trying to play this game. I mean, they didn't exactly have like Nintendo Power for Atari. I mean, I think there was like an Atari magazine, I think. But yeah, I don't really know, how helpful that was with like strategy guides, But I mean, still so far, this has been kind of enjoyable. I mean, this is some really impressive stuff, and plus this is kind of like widescreen, which is kind of surprising considering that they didn't have widescreen TVs back then. So I mean, did somebody anticipate that? Okay. All right. Well, I guess it is going to be on to face the scorpion again. Jump. Yes. Better. All right. So progress is always our friend, and we got another piece of gold. And we will pretend that the music has gotten faster, and not the, and you don't hear the music that I have put over our gameplay here, so we are not like bored by absolute silence. Huh. Oh, there's just gold bars littered everywhere. This is a gold digger's paradise. Wonder where Cardi B is. Okay, so we got the Frogger here. All right. Okay, so far so good. Oh, bat. Ugh, I don't like your pattern. So once again, we've got things that can, kill us if. But I'm just falling straight down. I can't move. I can't. What? Okay, I can inch forward, but I can't. Get over there. Get the ball. Oh my gosh. Wow. But then again, son of a gun. Ugh. Okay, well, I mean, I can only assume that other X that I went over was a checkpoint, so hopefully we'll go there. But I have to say, this is actually really impressive. For the Atari 600, 2600. I mean, because the way the game works was, you basically went from frame to frame. I mean, your entire world was like that. Your entire world was just a box. But I mean, I literally fell straight down. I mean, it actually panned with me. It wasn't like I fell down and hit the edge of the box and then dropped down to the next box and I fell down some more. Ugh. Okay, well, obviously this is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. But again, I have to say I'm making better progress than I did in the other Pitfall. And it is kind of nice that you no longer have lives. Kind of. I kind of like the fact that it dropped you, kind of like on the other side of the screen, usually out of harm's way, and sometimes in the direction you were planning on going, if you were planning on going left. But, yeah, this is not too bad. The falling thing is getting kind of annoying, though. But, I'm trying to jump, and sometimes I jump only so far, and then I immediately fall. Golly. Oh my gosh! Man, enough with the... Oh my gosh, the allergies! Ugh. Oh, man. Dang allergies, you're breaking the illusion! Man, the controls on this one is way, way more squirrely. Ah! I can only just express my frustration, with grunts and grumbles, because I've sworn to try to be able to cut down on the swear words. Though I am working on new ones, new ones that are like at least a little more a little more YouTube friendly, like Holy Bejesus or Smackerdoodles. Yeah, Smackerdoodles is kind of my favorite one. What is it with these janky jumps? Okay. All right, now get over there. Now jump. Ah! I went through the platform. I should have been able to make that jump. Man, this game is way more janky. Ah! That was a no-win situation. Ugh. And all the way back up again. Ugh. Well, now I at least I now know that mechanic is gonna get really annoying. Ugh. Yeah. Get ready for the montage of epic fails, because it's better than watching me, having to do the long play of screwing up, constantly. Yeah, I'll basically do the epic montage, and then you can later enjoy me finally getting that gold bar, and then finally being able to move on. At least with the following, if you time it right, you can get right past those bats, and that is helpful. That does make it a little more helpful. The problem though is I go right down in here into the water, and then have to struggle to try to get on this ladder, and then try to time my crawl up so as not to get see, and he just touched my toe, my pinky toe. Ugh. Okay, I am going to try to inch my way over and see if I can manage to kind of edge my way over to that platform with the gold, instead of having to try to mess with that froggy in the bat in the water. Of course, yes, of course you would completely skip that one. Ah! Okay, once again we are going to try to do this tactically and try to. Wow, man, I almost thought I was a goner there. Okay, so we're gonna try to do this tactically. I am almost certain I can do this. I can kind of edge my way. Ah! Ah! Okay, well I find that kind of fascinating. I have found out that I can get my score all the way down to 0 and not die. Okay, well that's again, I don't necessarily know if that's an improvement, but it's at least it's something. And I am too far. I am too far. I need to get. Okay. Go. Come on. We can do it. Ah! No matter what, I cannot somehow be able to get him to. Oh my gosh, this is just getting so redundant. You stay away from me, Frogger. Don't screw this up. Jump! Oh, for crying out loud, thank God! Oh my God. Finally! Alright. So... Ugh. Man. I'm so sorry, folks. Excuse me. I am so sorry for the sniffles. Ugh. Okay. We are now finally making progress. I mean, after getting all those... Whew, wow, almost got, taken out by that snake. Or electric eel, or whatever the heck that is. It looks like a high diving platform. Well, I mean, at least we are keeping on. And another checkpoint. Huh. Okay. I mean, if you're wondering why I skipped that first checkpoint, it is, well, because I don't know what is over here. I honestly have no idea what is over here. And to be honest, since I can just fall down and time that just right, it wouldn't take too long to get over here. But I think it would take a lot longer to get back. So, am I supposed to go through these things or something? Okay. Apparently I cannot get through that. So where am I supposed to go? I mean, I'm kind of confused. Where the heck am I supposed to go? If I cannot get through that part, I mean, why? What was the point of me, swimming that whole length? I'm just gonna go back, and I'm gonna die. Because then at least it'll take me all the way to the very top again, and take me back to that top checkpoint. And what? There's more gold bars. Well, how do I get to those? Oh, there's a gold bar over there. Oh, okay. Well, cool. I mean, at least now we know where there are some other gold bars that we have missed. I'm going to try to figure out how to get those. Okay. So, I mean, there was that gold bar we passed, and I know there's a way to get to it from here. So the gold bars have kind of officially become my obsession. And I think maybe I can jump down to it from here. I really do. But I've got to time it right. Because I don't want to fall, into those bats. And if there are other bats coming, I want to make sure that I've timed it just right, that I'm moving past those. The gold bar! All right! That's awesome! Progress! Ugh. Of course I would pick the one just below it. Because that is my luck. But I mean, at least I'm only one below it. And it's not too hard to get to it. Just so long as I... Yeah, good. Yeah, so long as I'm able to, to avoid, running into that bat. Is there anything secretive over here? Apparently not. But I can move over to no! No, we need to get to the one above us. No! Ah! Come on! You're gonna make us climb all that way up. It's not it's not that one. It's this one here. Or, no, yeah. This one. This one right here. This one right here. Ugh. Man, you have to be right in the exact right spot. Okay, you know what? We're gonna time our jump based on the bat above us. Yeah, because it seems to be gold. Gold. My gold, not your gold. My gold. I got the gold fever. Got the gold rush fever. Gold. More. Must find more gold. But I mean, this is this is really cool, but I really don't know at this point. So far I have not found anything that allows me to go, further beyond this point, beyond, the waterfall thing. But what the heck did it bounce off of? You stay there, Scorpion. I don't need you. So, jump up. Jump. Go. All right. What? Where am I? Ugh. Okay, come on. I mean, what the heck? Ugh. Of course it would bring you right back here. Man. And now I'm wishing I had selected that checkpoint. Yeah, of course now we're going all the way back to the last checkpoint we selected. And I'll tell you what, folks. That is enough for Pitfall 2. I highly recommend trying it out, though. Yeah, I do. I do. I highly recommend trying out Pitfall 2. On the Atari 2600. I mean, you can probably find an emulator that'll let you play it. Unless you're able to find the actual real thing. Or I don't know. Maybe. Because I think Atari did come out with one of their little platform things. That has like the internal games. And yeah, I mean, you might be able to find it on there. I mean, I definitely know they would have the original Pitfall, but maybe they have Pitfall 2, and you can try it out for yourselves. But we're gonna go on to one more surprise. It is going to be Super Pitfall for the Nintendo, also made by Activision. All right, guys, here we are with Super Pitfall for the Nintendo. This was apparently Activision's first attempt at being a third-party developer for another console. So I mean, that's kind of cool. But yeah, and it was hailed as being like one of the first kind of like attempts at a true like sandbox style game. But that was not an acclaim of any kind, to be honest. It was the best compliment they could give it, because I mean it was really panhandled by critics, panned by critics for being incredibly vague. Which you're gonna figure that out pretty quick. Because this game really is so vague that it is purely infuriating, all the trial and error you have to deal with. So, I mean, let's get going. Alright, so, I apologize for the abruptness of this game, but we are only going to do, like, one playthrough here, because, for time. But, man, yeah, my memory is, my memory of this game is apparently still, pretty intact. Because, I had actually jumped over there just on the hunch that there was still that those extra bullets over there, which is very important in this game, because you have a finite set of bullets, and the thing is, this game is like full of hidden objects. Yeah, that was one of the biggest problems of this game, to be honest, is all those hidden objects. Wow, look at that scorpion. I mean, at least with this this Pitfall. I mean, I should say minor Mario here. I mean, I can jump way better than Pitfall Harry could. Well, at least way higher. Not so much as better. But, because, you have no idea. The controls on this are so janky. It makes Pitfall look like a work of art. Now, so far, I'm doing pretty good, though. I mean, yeah. I mean, the muscle memory is there. From my childhood. Which, I mean, this was actually one of the very first games I ever played on Nintendo. When, like, Nintendo came out in the 1980s. 1985 or 6 or something like that. I mean, and, you can't complain too much about the game. I mean, visually compared to Pitfall, the original, it is way better. I mean, this was, for kids like me at that time, ugh. Man, I completely forgot how... I should have been able to make that! Man, I forgot about how janky this game was, because, I mean, the game itself was, like, full of glitches. Like, I mean, if you watch a speedrunner do this game, man, they will, like, speed through this game. I think the world record's, like, 12 minutes or something like that. But, I mean, the game itself is really confusing. I mean, if you just casually play this game, you would have no clue what the heck you were doing. But no! Ah! Dang it. I mean, yeah, if you were trying to casually play this game, you would not have a clue. You would have a better chance of beating the original Pitfall, just with dumb luck than being able to beat this game. Even with foreknowledge, to be honest. Alright, so we are Gonna try to get up here, and I'm gonna try to mosey over to that ladder. Ah! Man, see what I'm talking? See what I'm talking about? Man, this game is so glitchy. I mean, you can fall through darn near anything. You could think that you've made a jump and then, like, fall right through the ledge. Ugh. But, I mean, as I was saying, the game itself, again, visually is better. But the overall development of the game is kind of lackluster. And, you know, and as I said, it is... I think there's, like, basically, like, card icons, like a spade and a club and a heart and a diamond that you've got to look for. And then I think there's, like, a goblet or something like that you're supposed to later try to find elsewhere. And then you got to make it all the way back to the beginning after you have navigated this crazy maze. I mean, like I said, if you look at... I think I'll link a speedrun, you know, a playthrough speedrun in the description below. And you guys can check it out, because, I mean, it is... There is no way in heck the casual player, well, I mean, even, you know, young myself, lintball myself, would have been able to figure this out. But why would you even put a ladder there? You're deceiving me. You are totally tricking me, dude. But, yeah, that was what this game was panned for. But, I mean... I mean, overall, it still has its nostalgia value, but I mean, it is. There is no mistaking that is not Pitfall Harry, you know, unless he, you know, grew a '70s, you know, porn stash. You know, that is definitely like, you know, some generic Mario. You know, I mean, as you are, you know, supposed to, you know, assume that, you know, in like Mario Tennis, you know, that's Mario, or like, you know, Punch Out. You know, Punch-Out, you're supposed to naturally assume that the guy who is the ref or the umpire, whatever they are in, you know, you know, I'm just going back and try to get that again. Yeah, that spade over there, that is obviously the spade I was talking about. That is one of those icons you're supposed to try to get. What? Why can't I get it? What the heck? Come on, dude, just, ah! What the? Why can't I get it? Ah! Oh my god, you had to press up and jump at the same time? For crying out loud! Man. I mean, I kind of wish I had the manual. Wish I had even bothered to look at the manual. But, I mean, that's the kind of jankiness I'm talking about in this game. It's like, sometimes you have no clue what the... Glitches! Seriously, glitch! It's darn near to what all this... Ah! You are not gonna get me, albino bat. Okay, jump. What the heck? I should have made that jump. You saw it. I should have made it. I was cheated. But you know, obviously, in, you know, Punch Out, the umpire guy, he's obviously supposed to be Mario. So I mean, and Nintendo really. What the heck? What? I was nowhere near the spikes. Ugh. But this put me right into death. Thank goodness they at least thought out some, like, temporary invincibility. Man. But you know, I mean, Nintendo really took no time at all of trying to, like, cram in their mascot into everything they possibly could, you know? I mean, I can't blame them, though. I mean, Nintendo has kind of basically almost become the Disney of the game world, you know. I mean, it's literally they are they have the mascot. I mean, Xbox, you know, PlayStation. You know, who is their mascot? I mean, I guess at this point, you know, Sony basically has adopted, you know, Kratos as their basically mascot. But I mean, Xbox. You know, I mean, at least Sega, you know, still has Sonic. You know, even though, you know, Nintendo is kind of like a What the? Man. Okay, well, there you go, guys. There is your playthrough. So, I mean, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this 3-game playthrough and a little moment of nostalgia. Hey, guys, thanks for joining me for another Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed Pitfall 1, 2, and Super Pitfall. Yeah, I mean, I hope it wasn't too boring. I mean, yeah, I mean, the game hasn't aged all that great. But, I mean, expect? I mean, the game is almost 30 years old. Or actually, I think it is 30 years old. But, yeah, I mean, that's the point of nostalgia, you know? It is not to experience something new. It is to experience something old, so you can relive your memories as if they were new. You know, so I mean, I had fun. It brought back childhood memories of when I was a blue lint ball. But, anyway, that, you know, that, like I said, that was a request. And, you know, if you want to make more requests, just like and subscribe. You know, add something in the comments. And who knows? Maybe if I can do it, I'll try to get it in. But, you know, until then, you know, I hope you like the look of the new digs. Well, I mean, of course, it's not the new digs. You know, I just did some rearranging and a little bit of redecorating. But, you know, I hope you like it. But, till next time. Mwah! Bye-bye, YouTubies!